Hi 8B, I'm sorry that I can't be there again. It seems that my son decides to be sick only on week A, which is when I always have you guys, so we have missed quite a few lessons with me in the room. Very sorry. So I just wanted to quickly make a video for the start of the lesson to go through. Because I've just gotten some feedback that a lot of you still don't understand the assignment, which is totally fair because I haven't been there. So I'm just going to talk through that with you guys today, and then because we've missed so many lessons on being able to work on it, I'm just going to alter it for you guys as well so that you can get it done in time. Okay, so first thing you are going to do, I'm really sorry the typing test didn't work last lesson. I don't know why it didn't work, but it's definitely there now. So as per usual, with touch typing test, you get 3 attempts, and I only ever see your best results, so your best test results. So for example, in today's lesson, if you go through the test and you did really well and then you had another try at home and you didn't do as well, I would only get the results of the first time you attempted it. Okay, now the test itself, it is a bit of a long one as usual. It should take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Feel free to warm up, but don't spend too long warming up because some students complain their fingers hurt. But yeah, that's pretty much it for your touch typing. Okay, I'll just show you what result you'll get depending on your, let me just open it up. Here we go. Okay, so accuracy. So if you're looking for an A, the accuracy needs to be at least 95%. Okay. As for speed, at least 40 words per minute, and you'll get an A. If you're happy with a C, then at least 20 words per minute. Okay. But that's what you're looking at there. Okay. This section down here, that's just pretty much, for example, if you spend the first 15 minutes of class actually touch typing like you're supposed to, then you're probably looking at a B or an A. So for today, if you get an A for accuracy and then a C for speed and then maybe A for stamina, then you're probably looking at overall mark of a B. Okay, so that's there. Cool. All right, other thing I wanted to show you real quick. So when you jump over to here to your tiles in the databases, which is what we're doing this term, databases, I have all the information you need for the assignment. So over here I have an example of branching. I'll talk through that in a moment. I also have a tutorial here because what you're going to be using to make your assignment is Microsoft Forms. Okay. I also have some other bits and pieces down here too, just to help you out. All right. So before I go through that, I just want to go through the task sheet. So this task sheet is on Essendon Connect as well in the section I just showed you. But pretty much what you're going to be doing is you are creating a database. So a database is literally just an area, in this instance, a digital area that collects data. Okay, so you are going to be creating a survey, a database, for a particular audience that is about a problem in today's society. So for example, you could go through cyberbullying, you could have a survey that is about crime, and you could either go in 2 different ways for crime. You could be pretending that you're talking to a criminal, so your questions are aimed at a criminal, or you can talk about crime within the area. Okay, now the main things that you need, forget the password encryption. I don't think we're going to have time to go through that. But you do need at least, we'll make for you guys the first dot point, we'll make this 3 fields, which is just your personal information. So name, location, and maybe their email address. Okay, at least 3 for you, for 8B. All right, so 3 of those. And then for the next dot point, this is just saying you need 3 different data types. Now a data type, for example, is in your Microsoft Forms, you can create a text answer response, you can create a rating response, or you could have a long paragraph or multi-select. So that all that means is I just want to see that you are experimenting with the way that your audience can answer the questions on Microsoft Forms. Now this section down here, you need a minimum of 8 records. So that is just pretty much the data you are collecting. So if you are going with crime, one of the main questions you're definitely going to have is, do you live in a low social economic area? And if they say yes to that, it will lead to a bunch of other questions. If they say no, it might lead to another bunch of questions. And that leads me into talking about branching. Now, part of this assignment, a big one, is that you learn how to branch. So branching, as simply as I can put it, let me pull this up again. Here's my little quick example over here, really simple. But branching is pretty much you have one question, which is, my example is, are you happy? And depending on the answer, okay, it leads to different questions. And that is branching. It's that simple. So in my example, I've got, are you happy? And if someone were to say, yes, I am happy, then it leads to, great, what made you happy today? And they can answer that question there. If they said no, I go, oh, I'm sorry, what made you sad today? And they answer that question. Now in this example, I loop back to a final question, okay? So for your assignment, I want you to branch at least twice. Okay, so that means you would have one question that leads to 2 different areas, and then another question that leads to 2 different areas again, at least twice. So that just helps me to know that you understand you understand what branching is. Okay. As for what is your database and why did you capture it and why, we can sort that out in week 6. Don't worry about getting that done just now. Just focus on getting your survey completed, okay? Because the survey is due next week. I really don't think I can push it any further because I have to get my results in. This will not take you very long. A lot of students have already pretty much finished it in one lesson. And you guys only have to do 3 main fields for the personal information and then maybe 6 or 8 records collecting data, okay? My example, I use an example in, this is Google Forms, very similar to Microsoft Forms, but a little bit different. And the way that you branch in here is very similar. So obviously I've decorated, it looks awesome, thank you. So you just add in your questions by simply, for you guys on Microsoft Forms, you just go add new and you'll be able to create a new question. So in my first one here, I've got your classic, what is your name, what's the date, maybe what's the time, just having a bit of fun there, but that is a part of my personal information, okay? And instead of asking them where they live via a text response, I've just used multi-choice, which is a bit of fun, okay? Now here comes my are you happy question. So as you can see, you can say yes or no quite simply. Now, the trick is, when you are branching, for me, you need to go to a section-based answer, which is leading to branching. So I've created sections in mine. You can create sections in Microsoft Forms as well. That is in the example I've provided for you. But I've got a section 2, which is pretty much they've answered no, and a section 3, which is they answered yes. So for yes, I go over here and I tell that answer that this is where I want you to go, okay? So yes, we'll go to 3, and then for no, they answered no, it will go to 2, which is this one, okay? Okay, so that's all you need to know for that. In the example, you might need to skip a couple times because he talks way too much, but anyway, in the example, you can go to preview in your Microsoft Forms, and that way you can check that your questions are leading to the correct places. And if you do finish this next week and you're all good with it, or you want to send me a draft, all you got to do is you click on the Eclipse over in the corner here, and there will be a section that says share, and all you do is just grab a link and email it to me, which means that I then get access to everything that you're doing, and I can see that you have been branching. That's how you pretty much hand in the assignment, okay? I'm pretty sure that's all you should know. If I've forgotten something, I'm terribly sorry, but just email me. I'm very sure I haven't forgotten anything, but that is all you need to do for the assignment, okay? So just a quick reminder, only need to do 3 fields for your basic personal information, and then 6 to 8 records, okay? And including branching at least twice. All right, all the best, guys, and I hope to see you next week. Email me if you have any questions.